Good morning. Welcome to our Mackinac Island vacation vlog. We're heading over to Mackinac Island here in Michigan for 2 nights. We are so excited. It is one of my favorite places to visit here in Michigan. It is a beautiful, sunny, a little chilly morning here in Mackinac City, but we stayed in Mackinac City yesterday and now we are going to get the early ferry. Probably going to get the 8:30 ferry. The first one's at 7:30, but I think the 8:30 one will work out perfect. We already got our ferry tickets. We purchased them online months ago, so we're all set there. So we are just getting ready, and then we're gonna head over to the Starline ferry dock and then take the ferry over to the island. And from our hotel here in Mackinac City, you can actually see that's the ferry where we're gonna be taking that right over there. So we're just gonna drive over to the ferry dock, park our car, and then get on the ferry. We are heading over to the island for the Lilac Festival. It is one of the best times to visit Mackinac Island, in my opinion, because I am obsessed with lilacs. I love all the lilac things. The lilac flowers are one of my favorite. So I can't wait to check out some of the festival things on the island, and I definitely will be sharing them here on the vlog and just showing you the beauty of Mackinac Island, my favorite things to do, what to see, do, and eat on the island. So let's go ahead and catch that ferry. We parked our car in the preferred parking lot here for the Starline ferry, and it is charged per day. It's $30 per day that you want to park there. So for our 2 nights, 3 days, it was $90, so a little expensive. But if you are looking to save money, they do have a free shuttle. And so you go to the free parking lot off site and they will provide a shuttle to come pick you up and then bring you over to the ferry dock. So if you're looking to save a little bit of money, that's normally what I do, and I think that is a great option. But we are getting on ready for the 8:30 ferry over to the island. Franklin really wanted to go to the toy store. We went here on our trip in the fall and he really loved it, so he really wanted to go back, and we said you could pick out one toy. And so we probably stayed in this toy store for at least half an hour. He was just exploring. He loves playing with this little train set. And then he finally picked out a toy that he wanted. He ended up getting a Lego set, which him and my dad put together later on, and you'll see that. And then we headed to some of the fudge shops. Mackinac Island is known for their fudge, and I recommend just going to the different fudge shops and getting a sample of the fudge and seeing what you like, if you're not like fully committed to getting a big piece of fudge. And Franklin loves trying the different fudge and the samples, so we went ahead and did that. We had reservations for the Carriage House. We made them in advance online for 10:30. We got there right when they opened, and we explored the beautiful gardens. The flowers and the landscaping leading up to the Carriage House were just beautiful.
Carriage House had a kid-friendly menu. Franklin got a hot dog and fries. My mom got the corned beef and hash, and then my dad and aunt got the same thing, the breakfast sandwich. Then I got the avocado toast, which was amazing. I really enjoyed this.
We just finished our brunch at the Carriage House. Everything was delicious. I got the avocado toast, which was so good, and they change it weekly, the different toppings on the toast, so that was really good. And Franklin got the kids hot dog and french fries, so they definitely have a lot of kid-friendly options as well. And we sat outside, and the view of the water was so nice. Franklin, she's going to tell you where to paint.
So you can take the brush and you can put it right here. Nice.
And that's just what she says.
Oh, buddy.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you.
Good job. You'll be artist too.
Franklin really wanted to build his Lego set that he got earlier in the morning at the toy shop. So him and my dad sat out in the lobby area of the Mackinac House and they put that together. It took them a little bit of time, but they had a lot of fun.
That's Mama. There's also a baby. There's also a little baby.
It's a little after 1. We walked around and explored a little of the island, and Franklin wanted to come back and build his little Lego set that he got at the Great Turtle Toy Shop this morning. He really wanted to do that, so him and my dad are putting that together. And I'm gonna go and find some of the lilac themed drinks and food. I think I'm gonna start with the lilac lemonade that's available over at Sanders. Sanders has a couple different lilac festival food and drink options, and so I went ahead and got the lilac lemonade. It is a beautiful sunny day, so I thought lemonade sounded really refreshing, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. Ooh, it definitely can get hints of the lilac, but it's definitely sweet. This is really good. If you are coming to the festival, I think this is a fun festive drink to get. They also had lilac fudge and lilac ice cream. Maybe we'll try the ice cream later with Franklin, but I'm gonna go ahead and drink my lemonade, look at some of the lilacs, and then check on Franklin and my parents. Unfortunately, a lot of the lilacs have bloomed early this year. A lot of the flowers have blooms early at home too, so it's a little unfortunate. There are still some lilac trees and lilac flowers blooming, so that is really nice. At the Mackinac House was ready a little early, which is always nice. Around 1:30 we were able to get into our room. We are staying in the same room that we had on our last trip to Mackinac in the fall, and I will link that video down below. I give a tour of our room. We love it, but it looks the same, so I'll go ahead and link that video if you're interested in seeing a full tour of our room here at the Mackinac House, and also coming in the off season in the fall, what that is like. If you're interested in that, it's one of my favorite times to visit the island. I will have that link down below for you to watch. And I think we're just gonna relax a little bit, explore more of the island. I think we're gonna try to have dinner at the Pink Pony. It is just one of the most popular places here on the island. And so we'll see if we can get in tonight. If not, it's not a big deal. We had a really great brunch at the Carriage house. We really enjoyed that. That was our first time dining there. So I'm glad that we were able to try somewhere new. Franklin and my dad are still working on his Lego set that he got. So they're gonna finish that. And I definitely want to take a hike or a walk this evening, maybe after dinner, once a lot of the crowd leaves the island, the people that came over for the day. The island definitely feels a little busy. It is a Tuesday, and so if you are coming during the summer, just know that the island will get busy. And one of the best things about staying on the island overnight is that you can enjoy the evening and the really early morning, and you pretty much have the island to yourself. It's definitely a lot quieter, and it's one of my favorite times to explore the island. And I think I'm gonna explore early tomorrow morning. I may or may not go and try to see the sunrise. I haven't decided yet because I think the sunrise is like 5:49 or something like that. So we'll see. We'll see how today goes, but that's
my
the
aunt
plan.
stayed on the second floor, and I just wanted to give a quick overview of her room. I just love the decor, the pinks and the navy blues. I really loved the room. The bathroom was really nice. It was bigger than our bathroom, and the vanity was really nice. Definitely spacious, plenty of room to get ready in the morning. In the afternoon, the Mackinac House puts out drinks and snacks for the guests staying there. You can grab some coffee, grab a bag of chips, and it's just a nice extra perk about staying at the Mackinac House that they do offer some snacks and drinks for the guests that are staying there. This is one of our favorite amenities about staying at the Mackinac House. It's always a great selection of snacks. Franklin picked something out for himself to enjoy. He, of course, picked the sour cream and onion chips. Those are his absolute favorite flavor of chips, so he got those to snack on. There's also a section of board games for guests to use while they are staying at the Mackinac House. This is a great rainy day activity if it's raining outside. Grab a board game, sit in the lobby, and have a lot of fun together as a family. Next, we did some shopping, and we also headed to some of the fudge shops. Franklin wanted to sample some fudge. He was trying to figure out what his favorite flavor of fudge was before he got some of the next.
Wow, and try it. Is it good?
That's sweet.
Is that good?
Is that good?
Then we went to the Pink Pony for dinner. We did wait about 40 minutes for a table out on the patio. If you want to sit outside, make sure to request patio seating when you are checking in with the host stand. Since we were there for the Lilac Festival, I had to get the Lilac lemonade drink. This cocktail was perfect. I loved everything about this, and I'm not like a huge cocktail person. Definitely a recommend. My mom got the famous rum runner. She really liked it, but it was not my cup of tea at all. But if you like rum, you probably would like that. But this was so good. We had a really nice, relaxing evening out on the patio. I ordered the shrimp tacos, which are really good. You can also get the tacos with whitefish, which are also really good. If you haven't tried them with the fish, I would recommend. But both versions of the tacos are delicious. It's one of my favorite things to get at the Pink Pony, and they do have a kid-friendly menu as well. Franklin got the mini cheeseburgers with fries, and they also had live music going out on the patio. Then we all just hung out on the porch at the Mackinac House and enjoyed a relaxing evening on Mackinac Island.
Good morning. Today is our last full day here on Mackinac Island. Yesterday we had a really nice relaxing day here on the island. It's definitely more crowded than we thought it would be. It's about 7 o'clock this morning and I am on the hunt for some coffee. I'm by myself. Everybody else is kind of just taking their time this morning, and I'm gonna get some coffee. I think I'm gonna go to Lucky Bean Coffee and then go look at the bridge, and then I'm gonna head over to Watercolor Cafe because they have homemade Pop-Tarts called Poppies, and they do sell out, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some for my parents and for Franklin. They really want to try them out, so that is the plan for this morning. I got my coffee from Lucky Bean. I just got a regular medium roast black. That's how I drink my coffee usually, but I do think I'm gonna get a latte or a special drink from the Watercolor Cafe today as a little special treat on the island. But now I am just gonna go walk down to the water with my coffee in hand and enjoy the quietness of Mackinac Island before all the people come over on the ferry boats this morning. It's just so peaceful in the morning on Mackinac Island. It's one of my favorite things about staying on the island. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. I probably did, because it is just the best feeling to wake up on the island. It is quiet. Not many people are out and about yet. Just a few of the workers on their way to work, getting ready for the day. So it's nice and quiet, listening to the birds, just taking a stroll. It's just one of my favorite things. Unfortunately, since the peak came a little bit early, we couldn't fully enjoy all of the fresh lilacs. You can still smell the lilacs when you're walking around, but usually the lilacs do not bloom early. Just everything here in Michigan has bloomed super early this season, and that happens, you know, we'll just have to come back another time. Weather feels so warm and sunny walking around. I definitely feel like it might be too warm for my sweatshirt this morning, but that's okay. I am still walking around. I'm walking around the park here. And on our next trip, one thing that I want to do is like pack a picnic or go to Dowd's Market and get some pre-made sandwiches, crackers, that type of stuff, and make a little picnic out here on the grass, because it is just beautiful. So that's something I definitely want to do. And if you are planning a trip to Mackinac Island, I think that would be a great option, especially if you have kids or you want to do like a romantic picnic. And I think that'd just be really cute. So I definitely am adding that to my next time I come here to Mackinac Island. Didn't really have time to do it on this trip, but that's okay, because we will definitely be back. And I'm not riding a bike this time because Franklin is still learning how to ride a bike. And so I'm going to wait until he can fully enjoy riding around the islands with me. So hopefully on our next trip, he will be a bike riding little kid and we will be able to enjoy that. So I'm looking forward to coming back and doing that with him. But I think we're going to go on a little hike this morning. We did that on our first trip here, Franklin and I, and he absolutely loved hiking. He loves walking around the inner part of the island. So I think that's what we're going to do. And they just opened up a new nature center right by Arch Rock. So I think we'll walk up there, check that out, see Arch Rock, and we probably will do that as soon as I get back with the poppies from Watercolor Cafe. Definitely want to do that before the crowd comes, and so there's not too many people up there and we can just enjoy a peaceful morning together. So I think that's the plan for this morning. It's been a really nice walk. I love walking around in the early morning here on the island. There's just nothing better than that. There's also a little playground behind the art museum just past the fort on Mackinac Island. So if you have little ones, that is a great option for them to play on if they are looking for a little playground. About 7:52 and I just walked up to Mission Point Resort, which I have stayed at before and I did really enjoy it. I brought my dog Phoebe, who I had at the time. She sadly is no longer with us. So if you are bringing your dog to the island, there are some pet friendly options and Mission Point Resort is one of those options. So I am just heading back from Mission Point and I'm gonna go ahead to Watercolor Cafe. I will say right now the gnats are really bad by the water. Tonight we are going to dinner at the 1852 Grill Room, which we've never been to before, so that should be really nice. Definitely a little fancier dinner here on the island, and it's supposed to have really nice views of the harbor. So we're definitely looking forward to that. And I think probably for lunch we'll just grab something quick and easy. And we already did the Pink Pony last night. And if you go there and you drink, definitely get the lilac lemonade. It was very fitting for the Lilac Festival, but I really enjoyed it and I'm not a big cocktail person. I really liked it.
I did have to wait a little bit, but I was able to get some poppies for my parents and for Franklin. Today the flavor was a peach, which was a little unusual, but they really enjoyed the poppy. Next, Franklin and my dad joined me on a morning hike. We went hiking through the state park. We went up just behind the fort. We checked that out, and then we continued walking all the way to Arch Rock. We had so much fun, and this is one of my favorite ways to see the island. Franklin really enjoys hiking on the islands. We did this on our first trip to Mackinac Island with him, and he loved it, so I thought that would be a great way for him to see more of the island. And he is still learning to ride a bike, so we did not bike around the island this trip, but definitely the next time we are back on the island, we will be biking around the island, Franklin and myself. If you've never done it, definitely do it. It is a bucket list item. It's definitely worth renting a bike. You can also bring your own bike if you would like. We did stop to see the Somewhere in Time gazebo that was used in the movie Somewhere in Time that was filmed on Mackinac Island with Jane Seymour. Then we watched over to the fort and where they were gonna do the cannon firing, and so we waited for them to do that. Definitely startled me when it went off, but this was a great viewing spot of the fort. We decided not to go to the fort this trip because Franklin and my dad just did it this past October.
Do you see that?
Franklin and my dad and I are on a morning hike in the island. There are so many different trails at the Mackinac Island State Park. We saw the Somewhere in Time gazebo and tablet, and now we are walking over to Arch Rock. We saw the cannon from the fort this morning at the opening of the fort on our hike. So it's been a really great morning. There still isn't a lot of people out and about right now, which is really nice. We did see a kind of a long line for the governor's house tour, and that started at 9:30, and we saw about a little after 9 a lineup. So they are doing tours today. I don't know if we will do that. They end at 11:30. I don't know if Franklin would be interested in that, but we're gonna go see Arch Rock and the new nature center that just opened up the other week.
Geological formations are composed of visible cemented limestone, known as Mackinac shales. Arches formed as wave action eroded soft limestone, leaving brecciated spans. Arch Rock is the island's most famous natural wonder. Skull Cave opened near the base of a crumbling sea stack, while Cave of the Woods emerged as Lake Algonquin receded. Eagle Point Cave is one of several cliffside hollows.
Oh yeah.
Mackinac Island first emerged about 11,000 years ago after the last
From Arch Rock, we walked down the steps and we kind of took the path along the island. We skipped some rocks, and now we are walking just behind Mission Point.
After we got back into town, Franklin requested some ice cream, so we stopped and got some Moomer's ice cream. And then we were all starving after our hike, so we met up with my mom and aunt, and we went to the Ice House barbecue. This was so good. They got pizzas to share, and I got the barbecue brisket egg rolls. These were amazing. Everything was so good, and I love this little hidden gem. I don't think a lot of people know about this restaurant because it's off the main drag off Main Street, and it was just really great. The vibes were just perfect.
We are on our way to dinner at the 1852 Grill Room over at the Island House Hotel. We're really excited to try this dinner this evening.
Dinner was amazing. I got the seafood pasta, and this pasta had squid ink, and it was loaded with so much seafood. This was my first time having mussels and clams, and I loved it so much. Definitely recommend if you love seafood.
Good morning. Today is our last day here on Mackinac Island, and we are heading out pretty early. We are having breakfast over at Dowd's Irish Pub, and then we're gonna catch the ferry and head back home.
Got scrambled eggs, bacon and toast.
Yeah, just leftovers.